This is Anna-Chi with you, and in this video I will make some slimes from various anti-stress toys. In the previous video, where I cut the anti-stress toys, I came across a bunch of different fillers inside, and many of them, for me personally, were quite unexpected. If you haven't had time to watch this video, then you must check it out in my channel. And now let's make some slimes. We'll start with the eggplant anti-stress toy. In this anti-stress, the filler turned out to be really strange, which by its appearance resembles cottage cheese. But to the touch, it's like a very light, crumbly silicone. And as you can see, here there are both big granules and quite scanty ones. I'm trying to balance them out a little, and for this I'm cutting the bigger granules with a stationary knife. Now let's make the slime. First, we'll pour some PVA glue into a container and then add blue coloring. We need to mix everything thoroughly and then add quite a bit of body lotion. Recently, I began to like slimes in which there is exactly this ingredient because it makes the slime much softer. Now we'll add a thickener, this will be the slime activator, and then we'll mix it very thoroughly. Wow, look! What a beautiful pale blue slime we got! And its texture is also wonderful. Now, for a change, you can add an eggplant card. That sounds a little weird, I know. Well, I imagined that this slime would look similar like a cloud, but it didn't happen so. I won't say that it looks bad. On the contrary, I really like it. Guys, in the comments, I would like you to come up with a name for this slime and for all the rest of the slimes which you will see next in this video. I'll make the next slime with the filler that was in the mushroom. Let me remind you that it was very sticky like clay. At first, I tried to make real airy clay out of it. I added the thickener, mixed it for a long time, but still couldn't get it right. It turned out quite sticky to hands. Therefore, I decided not to add it to the finished slime, but add it during the process of slime preparation. So, in a container where there was the filler, I'm pouring about 200 ml of PVA glue and will mix it. But it's not easy and fast process. Now the mixture of glue with light clay become more or less homogeneous, and now we can add a food coloring. I decided to use yellow color, but it won't be saturated. Well, you'll understand it later why. I made in a thickener, and this time it will be liquid starch. And in order to make the slime thicken, we need to add it a lot. I got real butter slime. It stretches out incredibly cool and it's super soft, and in color it seems to me that it is very close to the real butter. Now it will be one of my favorite slimes. But I'm not gonna stop here. To make it more beautiful, we can add some multicolored toppings in the form of stars. Well, now it's definitely be my favorite. You see how cool everything looks together, and it combines so well. Of course, on mixing, it won't look like so beautiful, but you can again add some more stars. The third filler from which I'll make slime is the gel that was in the big and small tangerines. I couldn't immediately guess that this gel looked like crushed Orbeez balls. But later, I read in the internet and I realized that this is really them. I'm not making separate slimes from these because one of them will be very small. So we'll pour the crushed hydrogel, add clear glue and mix them. It is strange that almost immediately after mixing these ingredients, it began to thicken up by itself, and I thought that the slime could work out without adding any thickener. But no. In any case, no matter how long I tried to mix, I had to add the slime activator. And after I mixed it in the bowl, I kneaded it further with hands, and the slime began to change its color. From orange, it turned into almost peach color. To the touch, such slime is not like any ordinary one. It's airy, but at the same time not so soft. It stretches well, but it sticks in places. And no matter how much I add the thickener, it will still be slightly sticky. The filler in the tangerine squishy greatly influenced the texture of the slime. It's not smooth, but rather a little embossed. And when you knead it, it feels that the slime consists of full of pieces of gel. Well, I really like to stretch it, because then, through the thin film, you can see a small pieces of hydrogel. Friends, I advise you to try to make a similar slime at home. Believe me, you will not regret this. If you don't have the squishy with such filler, take the usual Orbeez balls, crush them, and then add them to the slime. Everything is pretty simple. Let's move to the fourth anti-stress squishy. This is a bright silicone ball with colorful tiny balls. I had a long thought over whether to make a slime with it or not, but we need to do something with these bright balls, so why not add them to the slime? Of course not as a whole, but only in small pieces, and for this we need to cut everything. As a result, we get such a beauty. Next, I'll make the slime, and for sure many of you have managed to guess that it will be a clear slime. First, we'll make a solution with borax. I put some borax into a bowl and add 400 ml of hot water. Then we'll mix it until it completely dissolves and wait for it to cool down. The solution became cool, which means we can add the glue. I'm trying to put it in one place so that I don't mix the ready slime, but just collect it and take it out. Our clear slime turned out with a minimum amount of bubbles, and I made it a little bit sticky so that it can hold the multicolored fillers. Well, it's time to add some brightness to it. It certainly looks awesome, and such bright ingredient looks perfect only when added in such clear slime. But if I pour out all that I have, then it will resemble one of my previous video, what will happen if you add too much of one ingredient to the slime. Well, in any case, both with small and large number of silicone-colored pieces, it will look really cool. And the last ingredient from which I'm going to make slime is a peach, or rather what was inside it. As I said in the previous video, this is something between foam and a cream, inside which you can see some small particles. Over time, this filler began to remind me of semolina porridge. Well, anyways, let's try to make slime from this porridge. We'll pour some clear glue on it and mix them. For some reason, I didn't want to make the slime of some bright color, so I decided to add silver color, especially since I have got such acrylic paint with me. For the color to be saturated, you need to add more. By the way, this slime turned out pretty much like the slime with the filler from tangerine. It itself began to thicken up. Maybe this is due to the paint or the overall effect, but to get the slime all the same, I had to add a little bit of thickener. I won't say that it's turned out something incredibly cool, but it's not bad either. And when you stretch it, you can see solid small particles. The slime can also be decorated, for example by adding some more silver. Now it looks more beautiful and quite shiny. I didn't think that from the fillers that I used in anti-stress squishes, you can get such cool slimes. They're absolutely not bad, rather amazing. Well, guys, this video comes to an end. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up so I'll know that you like such videos. Also subscribe to the channel and be sure to click the bell icon to receive notifications about the new videos. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.
Blah, blah.